What is up, guys? Long time no see. We just did some fasted cardio. Now we're gonna go lift. This is the building that they're making right in front of my freaking door. Can't sleep. It's been 6 months. Can't sleep. Not a good time. I set this whole thing up in my house. It was very pretty with like pillows and my tea. And then my roommate came back because her class got canceled, and like I'm weird about vlogging in front of people. I don't know if that's a thing that vloggers do. I'm not comfortable with it yet. It's just weird. I don't know. So this is gonna be the setup for this vlog. Are you ready? As promised, we are getting hashtag personal. Wait, no, hashtag let's get personal. That's the one that I use. I'm gonna tell you guys all about why I did not compete, why I didn't step on stage, why I decided to stop my prep. So here we go.
Take me to the getaway.
Georgie is not in the picture. It's just you and I today. Just you and I. Crap. I didn't compete because of many factors. In order for you guys to like fully understand, I want to explain, you know, from the beginning how it happened, what made me want to compete in the first place. I was planning on maybe competing, you know, like later once in my life, just because I'm in, you know, the fitness world, and that's kind of like what people do. But it all started this September, actually, at the Olympia Expo in Las Vegas. I was at the expo and I met David, which was my coach for the prep, and so we got along super well, and he became like a really good friend of mine, actually. And he was the one that kind of was like, I want to, you know, be your coach if you're down to compete. And I was like, yes. I mean, I've been wanting to for quite some time, so like, why not? I hadn't done research. I didn't really know anyone who had competed that was close to me. I didn't know what I was, you know, walking into, and I was just kind of like, oh cool, like this is a thing where I can push myself even harder. I've never dieted before, so that would be interesting, and then like change up my routine. Why not? And that was my reasoning to begin with. I think that was my first mistake, to kind of go with the attitude of like, why not? Just because it is so intense that you need like an actual goal in mind. You need to be very motivated in order to push through the extreme moments, and that was just a huge mistake. My second mistake was to walk into this and do a competition while I'm in school at such like a high level, which requires a lot of studying each day. It was just like a huge mistake to think that I could really do both and focus and apply myself fully, because towards the end of the prep I had like 2 cardio sessions a day plus like hours of training, and I had my final exam, so I was pulling all-nighters. I was missing sleep. It was just a bad idea to go on prep and want to compete while I'm in school. If I were ever to do it again, it would probably be during like summer or when I'm graduated, which won't be for a while. But third mistake was to not know about the financial aspects. I kind of thought you just got like a suit, you know, and that it was all good, but I didn't know about the whole tanning and the hair and the nails and the shoes. The suit itself was like between $300 to $500. I didn't even know that was a thing. It's how much like I was just not aware of what competing really entailed, and so that took a huge toll, because I mean, you know, I'm in college, and I don't have that kind of money, especially if I wasn't expecting it at all. And then you have to get your card, and you have to actually pay to have a place in the show. So it added up very quickly. At first, I was super excited. You guys can actually see on my YouTube the first few weeks of prep. I was like there, like showing off my little obliques, and I was like super excited about my macros and just like changing up everything. And it was starting to be a little tough as the weeks went on. But I just thought, you know, like that's part of prep. I mean, that's why it's a hard thing to do. I thought it was normal. Each day was getting a little worse in terms of my mood, my energy, my sleep schedule. My weight I wasn't dropping weight. If anything, I felt extremely bloated, even though I was barely eating anything and I was doing cardio. I've always had a very, you know, healthy relationship with my nutrition, with my food. So to notice the little changes, it definitely scared me right away. I went from a vegetarian, well, I'm not fully a vegetarian, but I barely eat any meat. I had to, you know, eat so much protein a day, and it would just be like 2 a.m. and I would have to stuff my face with double scoop, you know, protein shakes and chicken breasts, and it was just like such a weird way for me to nourish myself. I mean, I had never done it that way, you know, and I just didn't feel really good about it. The number on the scale became so much to me, and that had never been the case in my entire life. I mean, that's so not what I stand for. I barely ever weigh myself, maybe like once a year to kind of see, you know, for like medical purposes, but I had never been the type to like weigh myself daily and care so much, and I became kind of like obsessed with, you know, the number on the scale and my weight. If it wasn't the number that I wanted to see, I just felt horrible, and it just took a huge toll on me. And my mood, it was insane. I'm very much so like a little hyperball that kind of like just feeds, I just want to give smiles and positivity and like good vibes, and like people know me as that. And during that time, I felt very much alone and like secluded. I didn't feel good in my own skin, and it was definitely reflected on my mood and on my, you know, just bond with people. Like I was just kind of like backing off. I was going to the gym at like different hours to not really see like my friends because I just wanted to be like in my zone. Like it was just a very strange experience. I had never like experienced that ever in my life. One day I went grocery shopping, and I was in the car after a full workout, cardio, everything, and I bought 2 bags of chips and I ate the whole bags. I had never done that I didn't even know that I could take that much chips. Like what? Just sitting there, and I just like I was binging. I was binge eating, and it was very scary, and I was like, this is not, you know, like a healthy habit, definitely, but I thought maybe it's part of the prep, like being so extreme with it. Maybe it was just like a little like setback. So I didn't think too much of it, but I was kind of like, okay, I need to kind of, you know, be careful with that. It's definitely not, I don't feel healthy right now. I felt really shitty. And finals week happened. I got extremely sick. My immune system shut down, and I got a double ear infection, lung infection / like bronchitis. I was on 2 different antibiotics, and the doctor said that I couldn't work out for 15 days. And this was 3 weeks out from my show. My immune system was shit. I was super exhausted. I was sick, but I was still trying to, you know, kick it into 3rd gear to kind of like make it to the show, even though I didn't have the motivation and the motivating factor, and like that didn't picture myself on stage, and I just didn't, like, it just doesn't fit. Reading that most girls, that's what they look forward to, which is completely normal. They picture themselves on stage owning that moment, and that's what gets them through like the really hard times, because they just want to get there so bad. And I was just honestly lacking that. It's just not really me to get on stage and to kind of like pose. Like it just felt like a little weird, and it definitely was not something that I was looking forward to. If anything, I wanted to go through the whole prep and not get on stage. But I was still ready to compete. You know, I've gone this far, like I want to do it. And so I was like, whenever I just get over the sickness, I'll just go extra like the Hulk mode. What? What? Like power mode? Like, you know what I mean.
What?
And then a specific event triggered my decision to stop competing, actually. And I haven't told anyone this. I haven't told my family, my siblings, even people closest to my, well, that's them. Yep, I haven't told them. But I was kind of hiding behind the fact that I was, you know, that I was very sick and that I didn't feel great, which are both valid reasons. But there was a specific event that made me choose right there and then, like, I do not want to partake in this any longer. I was having a girls' night with my roommate. She was just kind of like, let's go get some ice cream. And I had been good all week. I was, you know, on point with my diet, with my exercise, with everything. First of all, it took her like 30 minutes to even like convince me, which is insane because I'm all for like a balanced, you know, lifestyle. I remember just that whole night feeling so bad about that ice cream. It was just insane to feel that way about food. I was re-entering the specific cone that I got in my fitness pal just to make sure that like the calories were correct. I did it like 5 times. Each bite felt like I was literally seeing it as calories and time at the gym tomorrow. All I was thinking about was, oh my god, this is an extra like hour on the treadmill, or this is an extra like 3 hours. This is what I'm gonna have to do differently. I have to wake up earlier. I wasn't even enjoying the damn freaking ice cream, bro. That night, I felt so bad about myself that I went into the bathroom and I tried to make myself throw up. And that was when I decided right there and then, like, I don't want to be part of this anymore. I want to just stop right there. This is you know, developing a very unhealthy relationship with food. I just felt like mentally weak, felt like defeated, and I felt like I had no control. It was very scary, and it was just a little cup of ice cream. I mean, nothing to freak out about, and like the toll that it took on me was just insane. I mean, I was there ready to make myself throw up. I'm over here on social media preaching about a healthy lifestyle and being comfortable in your own skin, and knowing to not falling into like extremes, and treating yourself sometimes when it feels right, when you've been working hard. And it was just, it went against everything that I believed in, and I just started seeing, you know, the beginning, the developing stages of an eating disorder. And I just was like, this is extremely unhealthy, and I don't want to be doing this anymore. I want to get back into a very healthy way of viewing food in my diet, and my just gym and exercise and training schedule, and just everything just felt completely off. I wasn't in my element at all, you know, of like waking up and just wanting to grind because like I love it, and like getting my smoothies ready, and my fruits and my veggies. That's all I eat. Like, I nourish myself very well, and like I, you know, pay attention to the micronutrients and vitamins. Not being able to do that just because of my carb intake, where I had to like eat eggs instead, and just like my diet just felt completely off. I did not like it. I did not like what I felt, how my body responded to it. I mean, of course, my body looked great, you know, my definition was great. I looked great, but I did not feel healthy, and I did not feel mentally healthy either, and I think that that's very important. As I was kind of like experiencing all these negative, you know, side effects of prep, I was talking about it with a few girls that have competed before, and they all kind of told me the same thing, like low-key, you know, that they were not sleeping, that they were losing their menstrual cycles, that they were, you know, shaking, always starving, in a bad mood, that they found themselves binge eating, and also, you know, found some developing eating disorders, like little signs. And I just thought that was insane. There's a whole, you know, other side to this sport that people don't really, you know, talk about, and I'm sure that some individuals can work through it very well in a healthy way, and I'm not saying otherwise. I'm not saying it's an unhealthy sport overall, but you definitely need to see if you are cut out for it before you just, you know, do what I do and just say, why not, let's just try this out, because it's definitely not for anyone, and you can have some serious, you know, consequences on the way that you view yourself. It took me a very long time to decide to even make this video, just because well, for two different reasons. I kind of felt ashamed, first of all, and I kind of felt like I quit on you guys, which I did, but you know, for myself, I feel like that was the right decision, and I felt good about it. But from an outside perspective, I just felt like I let you guys down. I mean, I recorded and kind of like showed you guys the beginning of my journey, and then I kind of went ghost on it. Didn't want it to come across as bashing on that sport at all. I mean, you know, like social media, people interpret things in a different ways, and just like twist your words a little bit. I was very scared of that. So I'm just making it clear, I am not bashing on competing at all. My #1 idol is Emily Hayden, and she's like a pro at this. This is what she does. I admire people that can do that. I really, really do. I just have realized that it's not for everyone, and that's completely okay. And I had to come to that realization. Some people work better with a, you know, strict schedule, with a structured kind of like planned out diet and exercise routine, and I just don't work that way. And I just wish that more girls would kind of like realize that as well. I mean, it's kind of like the hype thing to do, you know, nowadays, and people just push themselves until they're, you know, not really healthy. And some people can go through the process extremely healthy and do it the right way, and they have enough time to train, and they enjoy it. I mean, that's why they, like, you know, do it again. But if you start to see, you know, like some very serious little signs within your habits and just the way that you view yourself overall, I definitely would, you know, just take that seriously, not just brush it off and kind of like go along with it, because it is now 2-3 months after I have decided to stop, and I am only now starting to feel healthy again. It took a long time to kind of build that back up, so it took a huge toll on me. It wasn't just kind of like a little occurrence, you know. I was obsessed with my weight after that for a very long time. I had trouble with just my appetite, and just everything was kind of like set off, you know, from what I'm like used to. And also, I wasn't sure if I wanted to just go that deep with you guys and let you know like my very like low points. But if not for that, then like what am I doing? If I'm not sharing with you guys and not being fully honest, and like what am I doing here, you know? And I kind of wish that, you know, I came across a video like this before I made up my mind to compete, and maybe it would have made me think twice about the person that I am, how well I work with, you know, structures and kind of like how that would fit into my life. I'm not a closed-minded person at all, so I would be willing to give it another try for sure. In order to be able to talk about it fully, I think that I would have to have the whole experience and, you know, actually step on stage, and then I would be able to, you know, speak my mind. That's how I view it. That was my little, you know, rant about what happened to me in my journey. If there is some advice that I can give you, be prepared, know what to expect. Do definitely research on kind of like everything that comes with the sport. Have the budget for it, because it does cost a lot. Like it, you know, it's here and there, but it really adds up. So make sure that you have the budget for it. Be motivated. Have a reason. You know, whether it be like you just picture yourself on stage, just rocking, you know, the stage and just doing your own thing. Like, just have something to really hold on to when times get really rough, because they do. Trust me, trust your girl, they do. So that's what I wanted to kind of share with you guys. This is gonna be a short little vlog. I just wanted to kind of just be honest about my experience and let you guys know, you know, what led me to decide to not compete. The clouds have gone. Sunshine is back. I like that. Okay, but you need to settle down right now. Settle down. On a brighter note, I got my new Mac, so I'm hoping to be able to get a lot more vlogs, you know, out. I mean, it was just insane with my old computer. Just like, it was crashing all the freaking time, and I was just like losing files, and I had to re-record them, and it just made editing just something that I was dreading, and that's definitely not what I want to do. I want to have fun with it, you know, like I want to be recording these vlogs and having fun, like editing them for you guys and posting them up and feeling good about it. So I'm hoping that I can start, you know, doing that. This is gonna be my first one that I edit on my new computer, so I'm super excited. But since we're being so honest on this vlog, okay, I said the hashtag let's get personal, so let's get personal, bro. I also kind of felt like my content wasn't good enough. You know, I've never really watched other vlogs, so I didn't really know what vlogging entailed when I started. I just knew that I wanted to share whatever I was doing with you guys. Then I was kind of waiting for like events to happen or for something specific to go down in order to vlog something. I didn't really think about just vlogging my life, because to me I'm just like, who's gonna watch that? I don't know. I just feel like it's not good enough. And I was watching a couple of vlogs from like Sophie and just like Rob, and they just kind of like record what they do, and it's really cool. So I want to kind of give it a try. I hope that you guys will like my videos. I hope that this was, you know, a little, maybe not helpful, but you know, I mean, at least we got a little bit more personal, and that's always good, you know? End of the day, follow what works for you. Don't listen to what people say. Even if everybody's heading one direction, if it doesn't work for you, if you see that it's unhealthy in any way, if you don't feel happy with what you're doing, do your own thing, man. Just be happy in whatever you're doing, in whichever way that may be. It's like super like peace and love, but it's so true. I mean, people are gonna talk and judge wherever you go and whatever you do in your life. So pick something that you love and do it in the way that works for you, and just move forward and freaking kill it, bro. Kill it! I hope that you guys like this vlog and your little bays. Next week we are doing a grocery haul, so let me know if there's anything else that you want to see, and see you next time. I've been holding my camera for so long that my thumb is literally having a spasm.